Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Grace Nicole Myths Astrology and Tarot. I was just kind of guided because all of the Zodiac signs, I did the forecasts for 2022 on a month-by-month basis, so I'm not doing the, 12 monthly Zodiac signs. I'm referring people back to the playlist, right? Back to the original post where I broke each month down in advance. But I felt guided to do a quick Zodiac check-in. So I'm going to be going through all of the signs, all 12 of them, Aries through Pisces. Timestamps will be either in the description or pinned in the comments or both. So if you're watching the replay, look for that either in the description or the comments afterwards. For those of you who are unfamiliar with me and the channel, I do not sugarcoat anything. I don't use princess language. This is an adult channel. I talk about adult things and use adult language when I'm guided. So just keep that in mind if that is not your thing. I respect that, you know what I mean? I just ask you to sign off now before I get into this stuff, all right? So I'm just using regular Rider-Waite today. I was guided to regular Rider-Waite. For those of you who would like to book personal sessions, get secret code names, or find really cool merch in my shops, including, I actually have this today. I got my Archangel watch. It's from my Zazzle shop. And I'm super pumped. It has the seal of the 7 archangels in there. And my logo at the 12 o'clock. That's in my Zazzle shop. So yeah, if you guys want to check out my stuff, make sure you do check out the description. You can find my Etsy shop, which is where I sell all of my services and homemade things. And then Zazzle, I do a lot of just different merch. I get to design it and things like that, and they ship it right to you. So yeah, let's get started, okay? Let's get started. We are starting with Aries. We are starting at the 2-minute 44-second timestamp. So Aries, quick check-in for you. What is going on with Arian energy? So it doesn't necessarily pertain to just Aries suns. If you have strong or significant Arian placements in your chart, this may be particular to the house in which Aries rules for you. All right, keep that in mind. Here we go. What's going on with Aries? Arian energy, Spirit, please. What is going on with Aries and Arian energy? Aries, all right. High Priestess on bottom. 2 of Swords on top. Listen, Aries, listen. Okay. We've got the 2 of Swords on top and the High Priestess on bottom, double 2s, and then we have the Hanged Man, the 4 of Coins, and the 6 of Wands. I think you are putting yourself between a rock and a hard place, okay? When I say that with the 2 of Swords, that you're putting yourself between a rock and a hard place, I don't think the choice is actually that hard. I think you're making it more difficult than it is. Whatever your moon sign is, you might want to watch that because it might be getting the better of you. You may have denied an opportunity from someone with very fiery energy who was looking for stable energy, and you did not produce. You did not produce. Instead, I think in typical Aries fashion, you treated them like just another soulmate when they were trying to communicate something to you that would have been a healing choice. But I think you knowingly or unknowingly stuck to your own victim mentality in defense of yourself and denied yourself a possible new beginning. Okay? The Hanged Man is about having to shift your perspective, being at pause or waiting. That essentially Spirit is waiting on you because you're holding on to something that you feel is a victory for yourself. And or you want a victory, but you can't get the victory if you're just sitting on your ass, not shifting the perspective, right? Double Piscean energy, very strong. So your own Piscean energy could be playing in your chart. You might want to stick around and watch that. You might have been dealing with a fire sign who has really strong water and earth placements in their charts. Someone who would essentially understand you and ground you and bring you into your spiritual self, your higher self. Definitely feeling like you might have put them on ice though, which essentially in the Divine Mirror is you putting yourself on ice, and you're waiting on yourself now. All right, Aries. So you and Spirit, y'all are playing the waiting game. All right. Aries, Spirit's waiting on you, honey. All right, Spirit is waiting on you. Getting into Taurian energy. The 7-minute, 27-second mark. Getting into Taurus. Taurus is stronger, significant Taurian placements, right? So it doesn't just have to be Taurus sun signs. If you have stronger, significant Taurian placements, this could definitely resonate for you with whatever house Taurus rules for you. All right. So what is going on, Spirit, please, with Taurus and Taurian energy? What is going on with Taurus and Taurian energy? Did a card just flip? That was crazy. It felt like a card flipped. What is going on with Taurus? And Taurian energy. Ooh, give me a clarifier for that one. All right, 3 of coins on the bottom. Devil on top. What's behind that? Okay. 3 of wands is with the devil on top. Strength card is underneath the 3 of coins on bottom, with the 6 of swords, the justice card, and the ace of pentacles. Okay, so listen. Taurus, Taurian energy. I feel as if you are consciously aware. You are consciously aware that you are in the devil's domain, okay? Experience-wise. You understand that the reality is in some which way, shape, or form locking you down, feeling as if you are hitting walls, right? Or that you're stuck, that you are chained to a reality that you could easily step away from. Like the Three of Wands is about being on the threshold. It's about being on the threshold and taking the first step. Okay. With the Strength card underneath the Three of Coins, with the Six of Swords and Justice under that, and the Ace of Pentacles under that, even though it's heartbreaking with the Three of Swords under that, the sunshine comes with the truth, okay? The sunshine comes with the truth. There is love present. The Wheel of Fortune is present to get you out of dark times, to resurrect what is essentially in your highest good. I think what you're dealing with underneath the surface is the fact that the ego needs to be silenced and that something needs to be moved forward from. A karmic contract with the Three of Coins, something that may involve legal actions with the Justice card in order to make things or keep things fair so that you could start a new beginning despite going through what is essentially a heartbreaking ordeal, so that you can truly shine with the truth here, that you deserve whatever is coming to you, because it does look like there's a Knight of Cups here who's bringing in, I'm just hearing beautiful validations of the self in order to change your circumstances from high anxiety, nightmare state realities into something much more beautiful, much more divine, to keep you from feeling like you're out in the cold with this devil energy. Okay. Down here we have the Magician, Mercurial energy, Gemini, Virgo energy, with the Queen of Wands and the Tower card clarified by the Two of Swords. I think the biggest thing, Taurus, is that you're manifesting more than you realize. You're holding what is this, because there's only one other card in the deck that holds this, and that's the World card. But the Magician is holding the twin flame candle, or the dual flamed candle. It's not two separate candles, right? It's one candle. I think you don't realize just how in alignment with yourself as a twin flame within the self, right? Masculine and feminine duality. I don't think you realize just how in alignment you are. You may have a fire sign, Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who is aligning with you. You might not even be necessarily looking at them, right, as option. Maybe because you're too focused on the immediate reality of things. But the fact of the matter is, the Tower here, I think you're going to be really humbled, because you've been looking at things black and white. You've been looking at things rather black and white, instead of seeing the spectrum of color in between. I think you've been putting yourself between a rock and a hard place in your mind, thinking it has to be this way or that way, when there's like a whole nother array of option, the color part in between, right? Because there's the black, the white, and then the rainbow. I think that you're missing the beautiful rainbow of your alignment. I think you're missing the beautiful rainbow of your alignment. I think you have this fire within the self, right? Divine feminine energy, divine fire within the self, this will to receive, this desire to receive all of these things that you're manifesting in your mind. And there, it's almost like there's a disconnect in the wiring, you know what I mean? Like it needs a little tape and a little solder or whatever it is to reconnect the wires and make it strong, so that that energetic line of manifestation can run right into your reality. It's like they're touching and they're sparking, but the connection's not, it needs a little glue. Okay, it needs a little glue to stick this shit together, right? In order to keep that energetic circuit flowing nicely for you. okay? I think you have something with huge potential here, and you might not even realize it, okay, as of yet. It might completely electric shock snap you into your awareness in time, hopefully sooner than later, because I do feel like this is justice for you. I do really feel, looking at the bottom of the deck, that this is justice for you, helping you to move forward and start something really beautiful after heartbreaking circumstances, or taking the defeats, right, in order to learn the lessons, the karmic lessons that the devil brings. I think that there's an acknowledgement from spirit that you've been through a hell of a time to learn a hell of a lesson about what you deserve and your worth. And spirit is kind of giving you a nod that when you understand these lessons, that you free yourself of the chains that you're holding yourself to, with the reality, and see beyond it, that you can actually start manifesting not just what you deserve, but in general, just manifesting a lot faster, right? What it is that you're looking to or desiring to manifest in the long term. It's almost like bringing your long-term vision and saying, oh, boop, here it is. You know, if it's in my reality, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of making that connection between the mind and spirit on what is going on, right? For Taurus. So Taurus, I hope that helps. I have faith that in time that it will. I think you just need a little bit of connection between you and spirit there to see what exactly is going on. Like, look at, like, whenever you're dealing with spirit and trying to hear spirit and understand what the fuck spirit's saying to you, go back. And especially if you're having a hard time seeing the face value of things, right? The face value of the reality. Go back into things, like things that have crossed your path, things that, you know, other readings or whatever that are yours that you've seen or whatever. Just go back and look at the plain fucking obvious shit that spirit's like blaring at you. You know what I mean? Like, I know it might just hit you like, oh my God, like, is that it? Like, is that it? Like, spirit's like, yeah, I couldn't say it any clearer. You know what I mean? Spirit's like, yeah, I couldn't have said it any fucking clearer. You just weren't making the, you know, connection, the electric connection between spirit and the mind. It's like right there in front of your face. Taurus. Oh, Taurus. All right. My love and support is with you. Tarian energies. All right, Gem. 1811 timestamp. Here we go. All right, Gemini. What is going on with Gemini and energies right now? Not just Gemini sun signs, but if you have stronger significant stronger significant placements in your house of Gemini, this might involve whatever house Gemini rules for you. So here we go. Spirit, what is going on with Gemini right now? Gemini and energy. What is going on with Gemini and energy? What else? All right. Tower on the bottom, Two of Cups on top. Underneath the Two of Cups on top, we have the Three of Coins. Underneath the Tower, we do have the Sun and the King of Wands and the Six of Cups with the King of Cups. Multiple kings with the Strength card. Okay. Underlying issue, Gem, I think with the Tower card, there's a major need to reality check with your soul light and allowing your aspiration or inspiration to connect with soulmates that are deeply connected to you. I think your soul fire needs to meet your emotional depths with the silencing of the ego with the strength card under all that. All right. You might be looking at a specific soulmate that is truly a karmic contract or lesson with the 3 of coins there. Tower with the Sun card. Multiple kings. You might even have 2 people that are looking at you. Two soulmates from past lives that are looking at you. To be fair, I think they're both karmic contracts. One is tempting and one is emotionally reserved, but I feel like they're not quite at your optimal level. I would nix them both, personally, okay? Just the way I'm feeling that energy. Death card, we have a major transformation here with the 5 of Wands, dealing with the internal conflict within the self and your ability to create and receive your own abundance. With the 3 of Cups, you may easily distract yourself or depend on third parties more than yourself, which is probably why these other soulmates are trying to get in. It's almost like a temptation to shadow. You're probably dealing with the Mars in aqua placements going on. Mars and Venus is probably aspecting your Gemini house, asking you to detach and see higher perspective when it comes to partnerships. Scorpionic South Node is kind of, especially if you have strong Scorpionic placements, might be putting you at risk of self-sabotage or old cycles. But I feel like despite everything else that would distract you right now, the biggest focus for you is creating emotional security. Emotional security, meaning you're not dealing with high anxiety from your experience. You're not dealing with worry from your experience, fear in your experience, that you would be emotionally abundant. Creating a space of joy, and I think it's coming through what you are able to do yourself with all those masculine energies underneath. I think that you are being asked to focus on what you can do to create emotional security within your reality, especially if that means taking on where you might feel really defensive. To be fair, I'm going through quite a number of cards here, and there's not a Earth card in fucking sight. I had to go through all of these cards, and there's not a single Earth card in there. I got about literally like a quarter of the way through the deck before even the King of Pentacles showed up. So I think that may or may not be telling for you. Okay, that may or may not be telling for you, because everything that's going on in your energy is not necessarily focused on money or the importance of money or financial security. And maybe that isn't where the focus has to be. but there should be an acknowledgement that one leads to the other, right? That all of these different things, as you get them in alignment, will lead you to what is essentially the mastery of the manifestation, because the first coin to show up, the first pentacle to show up was the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles. I think you have to conquer some kind of inner conflict within yourself. You might seriously need a transformation in how you've married yourself, or that you would need to marry yourself first, because the Hierophant's on this card. It's interesting. And then there's the twin towers of the moon in the background, but the sun shining behind it. Like you need to switch up the story. Where the light comes from, truly from within yourself. I think then and only then the ships will actually come in or reach you. Some kind of inner conflict around receiving something of joy and celebration. I think then and only then will certain things in the reality shift. All right, so just keep that in mind, Gemini, with whatever house that rules. Like, you're allowed to receive joy and manifest joy and create joy in your life, to where you don't need to feel anxious or worry or afraid of things, you know? I think this Scorpionic South Node is having you do some deep inner work right now. I think, Gem, you might create more of a burden for yourself, a soul burden for yourself than you realize. Not taking certain soul aligned steps. Like, you have to be able to know what you're moving towards. Set goals for yourself in the alignment with victory, spiritual victory, manifestation victory, emotional victory, so that fortune can actually find you. All right. Cancer and Cancerian energy. All right, so not just for Cancer sun signs, but for those of you with strong or significant Cancerian placements in your charts. It may be significant to the house in which Cancer rules. What is going on, Spirit, please, with Cancer and Cancerian energies? What is going on? With Cancer and Cancerian energies. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords, and we have the Ace of Pentacles on top. Cancer. One. The divine is going to give you a brand new foundation or a brand new beginning. First and foremost, I think you're consciously aware of that. Because wherever you're at, or whatever you're doing, I'm feeling like it's wherever you're at. It's ultimately going to lead to what is essentially self-betrayal, and Spirit's going to light a fire under your ass to manifest exactly what you need to manifest, right? Potentially very much on your own, putting you in some serious Emperor energy, divine masculine aligned energy, okay? That brings in what is truly fair or balanced for what you are meant to receive. I think the divine is going to offer an opportunity to you. Whenever I see this card in Rider-Waite, the divine opportunity being given is to walk into the secret garden or paradise, right? Like Garden of Eden type stuff. It's like a gift into what is essentially heaven on earth whenever I see that card. And I think that the Ten of Swords being underneath with the Knight of Wands and the Empress, I really do feel like wherever you are, there's better. Like there's a better place for you to be. You may also have someone seriously betraying you, not knowingly or unknowingly, right? Like the best intentions, but they don't necessarily see how it's out of alignment either. Definitely have the Three of Swords here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Star card. Okay. Let me bring these down a little so you can see them. I think recognizing the self-betrayal is what's possibly the most difficult, because we have all air and earth here. Okay, Aquarian is a air card. It's a Aquarian. It's the Star card. It's Aquarian energy, air sign, and then we have the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, both Gemini in energy. And then these two earth cards, right? You could be dealing with someone who has strong Aquarian placements, or someone who plays on your 11th house energy. Could be dealing with someone who has strong Gemini energy. It could be pulling on your actual earth energy in your chart as well. Okay, because we're definitely just got air and earth here. I think someone has beautiful intentions, but I don't think, I mean, I can't stop staring at this Ten of Swords. Like even more so than the Three of Swords. The Ten of Swords is, it aligns with Lilith energy, okay? It aligns with Lilith energy. Lilith is an energy that helps you see where you've been abandoning the self so that you can rediscover the self. And I think wherever you're at, you might be healing on your Lilith energy, especially if it's in air or earth signs. In your chart or the other person's, you know what I mean? It's just the way this is feeling. I do think you're aware that Spirit's going to bring forth an opportunity for you in the reality that will deeply heal things. And I mean a permanent healing with the Star card. I think a wish, a divine soul wish is being granted with the Star card, but I don't think it comes without the stark realization that you've been in a place of detriment. I do really feel like it's a physical place of detriment, okay? And that maybe you just need to move on. If it's not a place, then it's definitely a person with strong air in their chart. Any Aquarian energy in your chart is going to be very beneficial for you, and any energy that's aligning with your 11th house is going to be very beneficial for you, okay, with the Star card. All right, Cancer. Don't be surprised. If Spirit gives you an opportunity, no matter how small or insignificant it seems, if Spirit gives you an opportunity, I don't feel like you won't be guided to take it. Okay? I really don't. I don't think like you won't be guided to take it. I think there's more for you to manifest. I think there's more to your heart's desire to manifest than what you've manifested already. Like what you might have manifested already might be great, but there's good, there's great, and then there's fucking awesome. So I think like, yeah, letting go of the great might hurt, but it's worth it if you're getting fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So Cancer, I hope that helps with the check-in. Listen to your intuitive pings if something resonates or feels like you're guided in that direction, because I feel like it's going to be the manifestation of a soul wish or higher purpose here. Okay? Something might literally, like, it might just literally be handed to you, like whatever the words are, the offer is, like whatever it is. I think you're going to know. I think a part of you is going to know when you hear it. A part of you is going to know when you hear it. As possibly terrifying as it is to hear it or think about it, I think that ultimately it's going to end up leading to one of your highest wishes fulfilled, right? 11th house is dreams, goals, and things like that manifesting. So trust whatever ends up going down. Okay, getting into Leo energy. If you have stronger significant Leo placements in your chart, right, not just Leo sun signs, but if you have stronger significant Leo placements, this may affect the house in your chart in which Leo rules. Keep that in mind. Spirit, what's going on with Leo? What is going on with Leo? Leo energies. Well, holy shit, Leo. The bottom of the deck is the devil. The top is the 5 of coins. All right, Leo. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. It almost makes me grateful to not have any significant Leo placements in my chart right now. Oh, gosh. Leo, maybe I did this check-in just for you. Who knows? Okay. We've got the 5 of Wands clarified by the 6 of coins in the reverse. The 9 of Wands in reverse clarified by the 2 of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse clarified by the 8 of Swords in reverse. And then we have that 5 of coins on top with the devil on bottom. Leo, you want to get out of the devil energy, you got to make an effort with the truth. You literally got to give yourself a fucking break from heartache and lying to yourself or cheating yourself. Oh, what happened? What happens? Someone walked away from you because they fucking knew something. You were not, oh. Weren't apologizing, being self-righteous. What is this? Focusing all about money, not seeing the opportunity that was right in front of your face, holding on to your shadows or your wounds when it came to secret soulmates. Oh, Leo. Okay. I think you are feeling like you've been left out in the cold, okay? I think you're feeling like you've been left out of the cold, or that your reality is shifting and you feel alone, feel like you have nothing. Feeling wounded. Feeling wounded. You may have been dealing with a situation where you were internally conflicted because something wasn't being reciprocated, probably in the realm of finances. Felt like you were putting in more than you were getting back in the realm of finances. Like maybe you were very generous in your mind with someone and they weren't reciprocal in that way. With the 9 of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Cups in the reverse, I think whoever you were dealing with decided they weren't going to be a victim. Because whatever they were giving you, I feel like all these things were lost. These reversals. I feel like a soulmate was not willing to be a victim of whatever your internal conflict was over your generosity. You might not have really truly emotionally opened up to this person. This might have been someone who looked at you like you were theirs and loved you as if you were theirs. But they couldn't stay in the mental trap anymore. I don't think you understood their love language and or respected their love language. I mean, it could be vice versa. Take it how it resonates, Leo, but this is Leo's energy. I think that you, the underlying issue is your demons got the best of you, and I think you need to be honest about that. With yourself, the Ace of Swords, I think you need to realize that. And I think that you need to put effort into self-repair. Self-repair from this heartbreak, because I think, like, for as heartbroken as you feel, I feel like your other person feels worse. I think they feel like they were fucking cheated or lied to, even within themselves, like that they had to move on away from this. Fucking A, Leo. Yeah, 5 of Cups is with the 5 of Coins on top, and the 5 of Swords, 3 5s in a row on top. You picked a fight with the wrong person, Leo. You picked a fight with the wrong person. This person was your 10 of Cups. They were your emotional fulfillment, your happy family, dream come true opportunity. They might have had strong Cancerian energy. Oh, you got petty with them. Like, of all the energetic currencies, the physical currencies, it's like comparing pennies to silver dollars. Like, you were valuing the pennies over the silver dollar. Well, I gave you 100 pennies. Well, I gave you 100 pennies, you know, like talking about money. But they're like, yeah, but I gave you the silver dollar. Like, yeah, you gave me 100 pennies, but I gave you a silver dollar. Like, this energy is equal, because they were giving you a dream. something that's technically priceless. You know what I mean? Like, they were giving you the emotional fulfillment. They were giving you emotional stability. They were giving you the loyalty, you know what I mean, or whatever it was, and it wasn't being valued the same. You were looking at, you know, well, I gave you a coin and I want a coin back, but your coin was a penny and theirs was a silver dollar. You know what I mean? And to them, they were looking at it like, yeah, but that's not equal. Like, I understand you're giving me a coin and you want a coin, but penny for a penny or a silver dollar for a silver dollar, you know, like equal value. I think you got petty with the wrong person. And they didn't want to feel like the victim trapped in this internal conflict that you were having. Leo, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like you definitely fucking lost out. I think you lost out. So let me get, I'm actually gonna pull you a guidance card, Leo, before I move on to Virgo energy. I've been pulling Kuan Yin in my Love Yourself group all week, so I'm gonna pull you a Kuan Yin card. Because you need guidance coming out of that one. We're dealing with the devil inside, right? Ooh. Sisters of the Sun rising. Sisters of the Sun rising. Card number 28. Says you're a highly creative being with the potential to help raise the vibration of consciousness on this planet through your creative projects, works, dreams, and hobbies. The power of collaboration, choosing to work with others, allows for synergy to occur where you can grow stronger and become more than the sum of your individual parts, calling in great cosmic assistance and potency. You are guided to remain open to other souls joining forces with you. And just like Sisters of the Rising Sun, that brings great energy to help humanity through your group endeavors. When you allow for aligned effort, much that is wonderful can occur. Leo, I think you might have to get out of this headspace where you create the dream reality all by yourself. I think you have to really allow someone to come in and actually be a part of your effort. You know, count them as an equal, because, you know, if you think about a team, right, even in a workplace, if you think about a team, there's, and we'll do something super relatable, right, that everybody can understand. If you're running a business like Burger King, right, or Arby's, whatever, there's cashiers, there's cooks, there's drive-through people, there's the manager, right? There's people that have different responsibilities within the building to make it all run smoothly. If you had no cooks, you couldn't fucking run. If you had no cashiers, you couldn't fucking run. If you had no manager, it would be fucking chaos trying to run it. You know what I mean? Everybody has a role and plays their part. I think you might have been what is essentially the manager of the building and forgot the importance of your cook. And now all your cooks walked out and you're like, fuck. And you've got all these orders coming in from people for energy and whatever. And it's just like, you can't manage things properly when you don't have the piece that you needed, right? Trains coming in, divine confirmation. I think you have to be very well aware that, yes, you bring something very unique to the table, but other people bring unique things to the table. And I think you might have lost a serious asset by undervaluing and or underpaying your cook, so to speak, right? You might have been underpaying your cook, metaphorically. Especially if they were a damn good cook. And they showed up on time, and they didn't call out. You know, they were always there and ready for you, and they said, hey, I need an energetic raise. I need an energetic raise if you want me to continue putting in this kind of energy. And you were just like, I'm not giving you more than what I've already given you. I already pay you enough. And they're looking at you like, are you dealing with the chaos of my position? Because I am. Would you like to? Because I can go find somewhere else that's willing to give me my worth. Someone who recognizes the value of a good cook that shows up, kind of thing. Who's always there and always on time and dependable to be there for you. If you're not willing to give me what I'm worth, someone else will. I think you lost your cook. You know? Metaphorically speaking, Leo, I think you were looking at the budget of your energy, and instead of creating a bigger budget by bringing in more love or more appreciation or more value, I think you were looking at them, and you know, if they're worth $1, you were looking at giving them pennies, and they're just like, I'm worth dollars though, you know. I'm worth more than crumbs. Energetically, I'm worth more than crumbs. Like, just because you give to me a little bit and it's enough to, you know, put a roof over my head doesn't mean that I don't deserve a better life. That I should be invested in. I think you lost sight of what they were bringing to the table, Leo. Value people for what they bring, especially if it's not what you bring, or not your forte, or not what you want to deal with or can deal with when you're dealing with other things that are important to you. Yeah, I think you lost a keystone. I think you lost a keystone. And you know what? It's interesting that that's coming up, because if you lost a keystone, the doorway would have collapsed, right? So I think whoever you lost, I don't think they're willing to reopen that door or repair that door with you. You might have actually straight up lost them. They found a job somewhere else already, you know? Shit. Next time you find a great cook who shows up, Leo, don't undervalue them, right? Lesson learned. Lesson learned. All right, moving on to Virgo. Moving on to Virgo and Virgoian energy. All right, Spirit, please. For Virgo, and not just Virgo suns, but those with significant or strong Virgo placements in their chart. This would give them insights, right, into the house in which Virgo rules for them. What is going on with Virgo and Virgoian energies? What is going on with Virgo? This Tower card, it's its third appearance. We got the 5 of Coins on bottom, Queen of Cups on top, with the Moon. 5 of Coins has the Fool underneath with the Devil, the 2 of Swords, and the Star card. 10 of Coins under that. All right, Virgo. I think you're holding on tightly to something emotionally. Like this Queen of Cups, what she's essentially holding, her cup, it looks like an urn. Okay, and it's refusing to acknowledge that something that is dead is dead. It's emotionally dead, right? It's dead. And holding on to it, like if you stare at it long enough and you love it long enough, it'll come back to life or something, and it's not. I think you're feeling out of place or energetically poor in your environment. Like energetic poverty. With the 5 of coins on the bottom. I think Spirit's asking you to take a leap of faith on, take a leap of faith with the Fool card on getting out of your rock in a hard place and choosing to heal the home by moving. Wow, the 10 of coins, the Chariot was under that. That's divine justice and balance with justice under that. That will give you a shift in perspective so that you can truly marry the self, relieve your soul burdens, help you move forward into manifestation, the manifestation of your truth that you could celebrate. I think you need to take a chance facing your demons, because you're definitely in what I'm feeling is energetic poverty. And to be fair, when we find ourselves in these energetically depleted states, it's because we allowed someone to either take our energy, or we've been feeding our shadows for so long that our shadows use up all our energetic resources and we feel broke as fuck, right? If you think about the 5 forms of currency that I talk about, each of them, it's like an energy bank, and you know, finances and money all is in one column. Like if you think about those banks that separate the coins, you got money and finances in one as a currency, you've got physical presence and children and things of the physical body, and another one you've got love and compassion and truth, and another one you've got knowledge and wisdom in another one, and then you have time in another one. So I think that you've depleted I think that your demons have depleted all of your energetic currencies to where you can't invest anymore, or you don't have room to move financially like you would like. You might not have love or compassion for the people in your environment. You might not have any knowledge or wisdom you feel you could share. You might not have any physical presence or giving of the self left. Like you have nothing left to give, and you're out of time. You're out of time. Yeah, you're in a state of energetic poverty. I think you need to take a leap of faith to get out of this. And I think, you know, dealing with this do I stay or do I go energy, I think you want to go. I think you want to be out in the world. But I also feel like you're looking at this one coin, right? With this Queen of Pentacles. I'm just being drawn to the mood of her. She's looking down. She's not looking forward. You know, even this Queen of Cups, she's looking down. They're both looking down. Even the energies here, they're looking down. You know, they're looking down at the ground and down at things. Even the people in the tower, like they're falling down. Everything is falling down. You might be super pessimistic, Virgo. Super pessimistic. Like, seriously. First and foremost, get out of the defeat mindset, right? Get out of the defeated mindset. I don't care what defeat you've taken, what battle you've lost, or how long you were fighting in it. But you've got to stop looking at lower aligned vibrational energies and start looking up and looking forward. You seriously might need to to move on and heal. Bring justice to a situation, see the higher perspective, marry the self, face your soul burdens, move away from what is unfulfilling in your own perspective or what yields unfulfilling results, and claim your joy, listening to your intuition, like getting in tune with your water energy overflowing to the self. Reclaiming the soul pieces that were taken from you early. Like early in life. I feel like a part of you is clinging to the past. And I feel like you gotta let it go, Virgo. I feel like you gotta let it go. Do I stay in this dynamic or do I let it go? Two of Wands. Do I stay in this dynamic or do I let it go? And I think you're looking at holding on to it or trying to maintain it in some which way, shape, or form because you're looking to the past, but it doesn't fucking yield anything great. And the Tower is going to come in and shake your fucking reality. Like if you don't start looking up and forward, you know, and getting in higher alignment, Spirit's going to literally like, wake up, Virgo. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Virgo. Wake up, Virgo. You're robbing yourself. You're robbing yourself of your joy. It's like trying to beat a dead horse. It's like, if you think about the never-ending story, and Atreyu is in the swamp of sadness or sorrow or whatever it is, and Arphax, his horse, is slowly being consumed by the swamp and sinking into the swamp, and he's just freaking out, you know, and crying in tears like, no, Arphax, no. And it's like Arphax is sinking into the mud and sinking into the swamp, and he's doing everything he can to pull this horse out because, you know, he's grown up with this horse. It was his horse, you know, and he's just... But the horse was consumed with sorrow. That's how the swamp takes you, you know, feeling defeat. And it's like, you can't let the sorrow consume you just because it's consumed other people. You have to be able to press forward and finish your mission. So that you don't get ultimately consumed by the nothing, right? The nothing, to where there is nothing left. You're reaching a critical point where Spirit's got to pull you the fuck out, you know, of the manifestation energy that you're in. Artax, I forget. I haven't seen that movie in forever. But I do love that movie. It's just been a while. All right. Virgo, I have faith. If you can't get yourself out of this funk energy or this funk reality that you've created for yourself, I don't doubt that Spirit's going to end up ripping you from it in some which way, shape, or form. Spirit is unconditionally loving like that. Okay? Just know you might not like how Spirit has to do it, especially if you haven't liked choosing it yourself. All right. Libra. Libran energies. Libra and Libran energy. So it's not just Libra suns, but those with significant or strong Libran placements in their charts. This may be significant for the house in which Libra rules in your birth chart for you. Okay, so Spirit, what is going on with Libra and Libran energy? What is going on with Libra and Libran energies? Six of Wands on bottom. I just heard Spirit's rooting for you. Three of Swords on top. And then we've got these that fell out. Okay. Libra, Three of Swords on top. I think you're actively feeling the heartbreak. Okay, actively feeling the heartbreak. I think your soul wants a victory, but is feeling super fucking burdened, and you need to mentally move forward. Master Spirit. And become committed to the value of your inner union and soulmates that bring out the light and best in you. I think you need to see from the higher perspective, seeing in the divine mirror of things. Okay. I think you need to understand, if you want this victory, what the divine mirror truly is. Energetically speaking, like Spirit, when we talk about alignment, we all have wonderful placements in our charts, beautiful blessings. And then we all have detrimental, challenging energies in our charts, right? Whatever your detrimental challenges are, I think they've manifested, because Spirit, when it comes to the universe, like you say, well, I'm a good person, I would never hurt anybody, I give my best, I do what I can, and blah, blah, blah. You know, why is this happening to me? Why is this manifesting? And it's probably because you're not addressing certain detriments, and it's never what you think it is. You know, if you want me to go more into your birth charts, I mean, I do offer it as a service. You can find it in my Etsy if you want to better understand how you manifest things that you don't enjoy, right? How you manifest heartbreaking situations. Because I think you really do want a victory. I think you're blind to yourself, okay? I think you're blind to yourself. I think you're confused about how or why things happen, and it's because you need a serious perspective shift. Seeing from the alignment of Spirit, who literally only wants you to heal, right? As an individual soul piece. I think you're too busy focusing on crying over or being heartbroken over what was lost or what is being lost, as opposed to the new opportunities that can be created for you. I think you might need to either A, apologize to yourself. I think you need to apologize to yourself. I mean, you may or may not owe someone else an apology, or a recognition, right, in some which way, shape, or form. But I do think first and foremost, you need to apologize to yourself for negating your own detriments for too long, thinking that, you know, as long as I'm a good person, bad things won't happen to me. And it's not like Spirit doesn't value the beautiful things that you do, but what you do beautifully for others, you kind of also have to do for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, I'll give some different examples. Maybe you spend a lot of money on other people, but not enough on yourself. Maybe you spend a lot of money on yourself, but not enough on other people that deserve it, you know? Maybe you are very considerate of certain other people, but you're not considerate of yourself. Maybe you can give the best advice to some people, but you can't take it yourself. You know, there's certain things that would manifest these kinds of things. Like if you're going to give someone advice, chances are you have to take it yourself. In the Divine Mirror, if you're giving advice to someone, you got to take it yourself. If you were witnessing someone in your position, right, what advice would you give them? If they were in a position just like yours, what advice would you give them? Knowing the truth of your situation and how things came to be what they are, even if you wouldn't admit it out loud, right? Knowing the truth of your situation, if you were to give advice to someone else about how to best move forward from the situation you know you're in, can you take that advice? Because the chances are you should. I think Spirit's giving you an opportunity to create some kind of mental relief, spiritual relief when it comes to a soulmate, maybe someone you considered a twin flame or whatever, who is really there just shining a light of higher perspective for you in order to close a cycle of reset with past lives, helping you transform yourself and your own devil energy, your own demons, where you are a detriment to yourself. You have an opportunity to learn here, and you think you have all of these different options on what you can choose to do, but really there is only one option, and you gotta, it's the truth your heart knows. Like, even if you can validate in your mind why you did something, if your heart says, yeah, but that validation is bullshit and you know it. You know what I mean? It's just like, no matter how much your mind can validate or excuse or find reason for whatever, if your heart is calling bullshit, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, you got to listen to your heart's truth on this one. Maybe you were absolutely hoping for something in your mind, but your heart knew better. You know, you could be validating something in your mind, but your heart knows better. So I would tune into your heart space. Forgive yourself for whatever you allowed to be created in your life, and just kind of start better understanding that perspective of Spirit, the Divine Mirror. Like, don't negate the mirror. Don't negate the mirror. Because you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself of your highest manifestation. That's what I'm hearing. You're cheating yourself of your highest manifestation by denying the truth in soul for the logic or reasoning of the mind. You're cheating yourself. That might be in a divine mirror for you in your reality, right? That the outer would reflect from your inner. You're dealing with secret soulmates. I think that they knew that, or they know that. Secret soulmates in your reality. Okay. Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpionic energies, right? So not just for Scorpio sun signs, but for those with strong or significant scorpionic placements in your charts. It's probably significant to the house in which Scorpio rules for you in your birth chart, all right? So what is going on with Scorpio? Scorpionic energies. What is going on with Scorpio and Scorpionic energies? Spirit, please. What is going on? Scorpio, you may have significant Geminian wounds in your chart that you might want to go back and listen to Gemini's reading. We got the Empress on bottom and the Knight of Cups on top. Judgment underneath the Empress with the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords and the Tower. The Wish. All right. Okay. Scorpio. I think you are consciously expressing a lot of love with the Knight of Cups. I think you're expressing a lot of compassion, okay? You might need to get in touch with your Taurian energy or someone who has strong Taurian energy in their chart. Or someone whose Venus sign is grounded. Or someone whose Venus sign is in Scorpio, if it's not you that has Venus in Scorpio. Because I think for all the love energy you're putting out there, I think you have anxiety over whether or not it's ever going to be returned. You might be quick to explode a little bit when you don't get your way. When I say explode, I don't necessarily mean in anger, but in behavior, where your behavior might just go into fuck it mode and become unpredictable or erratic. Or shock people, like you might need to stabilize your own emotional energy. Slow down a little bit. Allow things to unfold more naturally instead of like 0 to 100. Scorpio is a very intense sign. It's a sign of extremes. It's like someone's playing with the light switch. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. You know? It's like, where's the dimmer switch? You know, where's the dimmer to where you can like slowly increase the lighting or slowly dim it out? You know? Scorpio comes with this very all or nothing energy. And maybe you need a little bit more of the tempering. I do feel like you're definitely having extreme anxiety or possibly or potentially having confusing dreams that you wake up from and you don't know why you had that dream, especially if it's disturbing. You might have someone, there might even be some kind of dark magic involved. Even if it wasn't like cast on you in this lifetime, it might be from a past life. Almost like this doomed to lose kind of energy with the Six of Wands. But it's almost like, it's not like you can't override that, right? It could be as simple as a return to sender in the form of healing. Whatever intention someone cast at you, mirror it right back to them in the form of healing, right? That they wouldn't be able to stick that energy on you. It could be something as simple as never having chosen to return it to sender. Spirit showing me like that energetic bubble, like that mirror bubble, that if negative energy were to come at you, it would literally bounce right back to wherever it came from, so that you're protected in your own mirror. Reclaiming your energy and your soul pieces. I feel like you've got a guardian angel. Someone who speaks to you through music for some of you. Or you get that high-pitched ringing in your ear. You know what I mean? Like when you're onto the truth about something, like they're divinely confirming it for you, like you're not wrong in that thought. You might, if you're a feminine energy, you might be looking at yourself like wondering if you're a loser or something, when you're not, but that whole mindset manifests some crazy bullshit for you. And or you're looking or treating another a feminine energy as a loser compared to others, and that is a detrimental energy. You're manifesting some heartbreak with that shit, let me tell you. Scorpionic energy, listen to me, you're not a fucking loser. And if someone is treating you like a loser, or they're not seeing your value or your worth, or the beauty of your own heart space, they are dealing with their own fucking wounds. It is nothing you should be taking personal. It is not your problem. It is theirs. Like, get the fact that you're possibly a loser in comparison to other people out of your fucking head. You are not. You are not. Whatever your scorpionic placements are that are significant to you, whatever house that falls in, like, you are not a fucking loser just because someone isn't treating you like the first place that you are. You know what I mean? That someone would put someone else in front of you. That's their fucking problem. That's their problem that they didn't see it. Not yours. Don't take their fucking crosses, their wounds, and make them yours. You deserve better than that. Yeah, if someone's looking at you like your last place or last priority, it's because how would I word this? You're really the last at being last, which would ideally make you first. You're the last at being last, which would make you first. You know what I mean? It's all about perspective. Don't let someone look at you or talk to you or treat you like you're a fucking loser, especially yourself. Especially yourself. Negative self-talk. You might have to get yourself out of that energy. Okay? That was Scorpio. All right, Sag. Sagittarius. is not just for Sagittarius suns, right? This is for strong or significant Sagittarian placements. If you have strong or significant Sagittarian placements, this may make sense for the house in which Sagittarius rules in your chart. Spirit, please, what is going on with Sagittarius and Sagittarian energies? What is going on for Sag and Sagittarian energies? King of Pentacles on bottom. Three of Coins on top. With the Lovers card. King of Coins. We have the Chariot underneath of that. You may be having some serious anxiety about moving forward, Sag, and manifesting some awesome shit. I don't know if you realize you're the master of your reality yet and that you can create magical things. That the divine moves for you. That the divine aligns things for you. Energetically, I think you've taken a leap of faith on yourself, divine union within the self, shining your light within the self. I think there's great alignment here with the Fool clarified by the Four of Wands and the Sun card. I don't think you're actually afraid to take leaps of faith. I think you know it yields beautiful results. I think you may be feeling a little depleted right now, maybe even in the realm of finances. That is causing conflict with your light and the acknowledgement that you're like a manifesting machine. And the fact that you feel like you're energetically stuck or that finances are an issue is what's actually preventing you from choosing in your highest alignment what might be in your highest good to choose, as the Emperor energy clarified by the Three of Swords and the Five of Wands. You might also know in your Emperor energy that in order to attain your highest manifestation that there's going to be some kind of heartbreak or release that you're internally conflicted about because you don't actually want to hurt anybody. Sag is like that. They're like the best friends of everybody in the Zodiac. They never want to really hurt anybody. Sag, I think you know what's in your highest alignment. I think you know you're contracted to make certain choices with the Three of Coins and the Lovers card. I think you know this. I think there is a part of you that understands that you might not be able to see everything, but knowing that you're manifesting nonetheless might start with a very simple communication and the expression of a soul desire, showing compassion and mercy for something or someone in the realm of childhood wounds and closing a cycle for them, possibly coming into union energy with another aligned soul, someone who's emotionally mature. Could you see the World card is holding the two twin flame candles, the dual-ended candles? The world completes when two in union within the self people come together. Who was it? Taurus? You might want to link up with a Taurus or check out your own Taurian energy, especially if you've got significant Taurian placements. I think you tread carefully. I think you tread carefully. Because the only real armor this Emperor is wearing is the armor on his feet. I think you tread carefully because you don't want to hurt people. But I think ultimately you know that certain choices that you have to make, because the Emperor energy is very aware that there are some things that have to get done. There are just some things that have to get done. And it doesn't matter how the masses react so much, or how the others in the kingdom react so much, because if it's for the highest good, it's for the highest good. If it's for the highest good of the kingdom, it's for the highest good of the kingdom. Like, the Emperor has to put the highest good of all before himself. Because if anything were to happen to the Emperor, who is ideally looking at the highest good of the entire kingdom, the highest good of all, if anything were to happen to that Emperor, anything could try and fill that void and might not be as selfless in concern with the highest good. They might become the tyrant, right? The Emperor in reverse. I definitely feel like you're in union with the self. I definitely feel like you are in your brightest light. I just think you're conflicted about that brightest light, because I think you know that you're putting other people in a position where they might be upset over it. I just think you also know it's a detriment not to heed your highest good sensing, right? That Emperor energy. I think you are a master manifester, and I think you are creating divine movement and miracles with spirit. Even if you're not exactly sure how it's going to turn out. The conflict breaks your heart, because you could be selfish and do what you want to do, or you can be selfless and do as you're guided to do in the highest good of all. And I think ultimately you choose what's in the highest good of all, Sag. Even if that ends up yielding a result that others aren't necessarily super excited about or looking forward to. You know, metaphorically, it's like being the Emperor of the kingdom and knowing that there's a rivaling, tyrannical ruler of another kingdom trying to come and claim your kingdom. And it's like, you don't want to tell your people that they have to go to war to protect themselves, to maintain their quality of peace. Like, you don't want to tell them that they have to fight for themselves, but you know you sure as shit can't go out there by yourself and face a fucking army, you know what I mean? Just because you don't want to tell the rest of the kingdom, or disturb the rest of the kingdom. Like, selfishly, you would self-sacrifice. If you had it your way, you would self-sacrifice and do it all by yourself. You'd go out there and fight the war all by yourself to protect them. But the reality is, you know you can't do that. You'd lose and the tyrant would take over. You know the opposing tyrant would take over, and if you're not there to lead your kingdom, it's going to be lost. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, Sag. All right. Capricorn. Capricorn energies, right? So not just Capricorn suns, but those with strong or significant Capricorn placements in their charts. This may be significant to the house in which Capricorn rules in your birth chart, all right? What is going on, Spirit? Capricorn's energies. What is going on? With Capricorn energies. Three of Cups on bottom, Wheel of Fortune on top. Right off the bat, Cap, I feel like you're seeing a soulmate, but you might be blind to stuff surrounding the soulmate. A lot of Pentacles clarifying. Multiple Cups. Matter of fact, they are the dominating energies. We have two major arcana, and then we have 3 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4 cups, and then 3 coins. So we have all water and earth here. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy. The Fool is Uranian energy. And of course, Jupiter is in Pisces right now, water, and Uranus is in Taurus, earth energy. So we do have tons of water and earth here. Might be significant too if you have strong Sagittarian, Arian, or Aquarian energy because of those two major arcana. I do feel like the devil is slipping beyond your scope of reality. The devil is making its way out. Self-sabotage might be making its way in. Just be aware of that. If the devil's on its way out, let it be out. I think there's a lot of joy being offered or presented to you, potentially through a fire sign, feminine fire sign, Queen of Wands, who is giving you the spark or initiative to move forward, to give you an emotional break, right? Taking the leader, the emperor role. Taking the leader, an emperor type role for you. Someone who knows the truth. Someone who can see a thief of your energy a mile away and knows you deserve better. You got an energetic thief reader in your reality, Capricorn. They might be an Aquarius or a Sagittarius. Someone is picking up on an energetic thief in your reality. A third party type NPC person. To be fair, Capricorn, you could be expressing a lot of love or emotional support for someone who, in complete fairness, might feel or portray themselves in energetic poverty when really they're not making a fucking effort to better their situation. They're waiting on someone else to do more when they're the ones that should be doing more. Especially if the soulmate, it pertains to someone they live with. in the divine mirror of things, you might need to put in a better effort and stop waiting on someone else to do more, because it's in fact you that needs to do more. You shouldn't be waiting on results from someone. Like, to be completely fair, Cap, you might be, taking a leap of faith into fucking confusion. Especially in regards to family. Maybe having too many options. Too many things that you can do or could do, when there really is only one option. Like, one option yields self-betrayal, one option yields the ghost of karma's past, one option yields the unattainable result, one option, you know, yields to money or income, the other one feeds your ego, you know, the other one isolates you, and really there's a victory choice here. One clear-cut victory choice. I think this is about being happy with what you have and where you are, and trusting where you're going, trusting what you're being guided to do, especially if you're being guided by someone who has that Jupiter or Uranian energy alignment, you know, Sagittarian or Aquarian alignment. Because with all cups and coins here, I think you're feeling emotionally and you're thinking about money, but you're not necessarily in touch with spirit, the suit of fire, or the higher perspective, the suit of swords. I think you're looking very much at this from an emotional and financial standpoint, as opposed to a soul reality, divine mirror perspective. I think you've got your emotions caught up in something, and you're too focused on money, or the financial aspect of partnerships, instead of the spiritual connection of partnerships, or the higher perspective of the mirror that's in front of you. I think you truly are looking at all of these different choices on how you can handle something when the choice is very, very fucking clear. Giving sympathies to someone who creates their own fucking energetically poor reality because they do not put in the effort, and they're standing around waiting for something to grow instead of helping it grow. Like, you have someone who is relationship lazy. Whatever their relationship to whoever is, and I think that's reflecting in your own laziness when it comes to your own soulmate relationships, or your higher relationships. I think you're being guided, and I think there's a good chance that you're ignoring it right now. You're ignoring your ability to choose and marry the self, to manifest what you need to manifest in truth, recognizing the energetic thief for what it is. I think you've got a divine feminine empress energy here who's possibly straight up cluing you in, and it's almost like it's falling on a deaf mind or deaf ears. You got to ask yourself why you're unwilling to let what is essentially the fucking devil manifestation of whoever this third energy is go. Like, what hard lesson do you really want to learn? What hard lesson do you really want to learn, Cap? I think you know you have to make a choice with whatever this soulmate is from past lives. And choose to respect yourself and stand up for yourself to get rid of this nightmare shit. This internal conflict that you continuously feel with this person, and see the higher perspective that you just need to move on from them and cut them off. I don't care if they're fucking butthurt. Because I think you're going to realize you got to move on from them anyway, because they're just an energetic burden, like they're the fucking devil. They're your demons manifest. Like, you have to make an effort to create your fucking wish. And see a different perspective if you don't want to keep betraying yourself with whoever this is. Like, you gotta be able to see the fucking red flags and not pretend like you don't see them. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't colorblind. You ain't colorblind, Cap. You see the fucking red flags. You can see them a mile away. You can see the red flags. And you're like, nope, I'm just going to keep walking towards the red flags. I'm just going to keep walking right on past them and just keep following the red flags. Cap. Cap. Red flags are red flags for a reason. That's spirit saying, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. Turn around, go another way, go away where there's no red flags. See that path over there? There's no red flags on that path, and there's a reason why there's no red flags on that path. Like, go take that one. Capricorn. You've got someone warning you, like, hey, isn't that a red flag? Hey, isn't that another red flag? Hey. I think you're walking in the direction of the red flags, Cap. I think you're walking in the direction of the red flags. And Capricorn's like, no, I love the red flags. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh. What are you doing? All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarian energy. So not just Aqua Suns, but those with strong or significant Aquarian placements in their charts. This may also be significant to the house in which Aquarius rules in your chart. Okay. Apply it accordingly. Take it as it resonates. Spirit, what's going on with Aqua and Aquarian energy? What is going on with Aquarius and Aquarian energy? What is going on? Hey. I'll take that card in reverse. All right. Empress on the bottom, Chariot on top. Well, we've got 4 out of 5 major arcana. That's fucking huge. Aqua. Wow. This is big energy. I mean, especially, I mean, you've got what, Venus and Mars in your house right now, and you've got Saturn in your house right now. I believe there's also like Juno and White Moon, Vesta or whoever in the house. We've got the Chariot here. as the top of the deck. I think, Aqua, if you're thinking about moving or needing divine intervention, I think that's what's consciously on your mind. Moving or divine intervention. Ultimately, because underneath there's a certain receiving that needs to take place on your journey, but it's going to require you effort and a leap of faith. It might not be exactly for the reason you think. Which might lead to you being confused. Because ultimately, I think you're supposed to be independent. Mastering your own energy right now. I think you're learning lessons and leaps of faith, for sure, about what you deserve to receive. Tower in reverse. Spirit has you in a position where you're dodging a bullet. Okay? Tower in reverse to me is the dodging a bullet placement. If something can't be worked out, if something's not in alignment, I feel like it's being thwarted, because the resurrection of the inner union or a family unit with the Judgment card, a true spirit to soul family unit, might be what's being resurrected, a sacred soulmate that you've known for past lives, an energy that gives to you just because they think you're fucking awesome in every which way, shape, or form. Like, this person doesn't have to give to you, but they do. A masculine energy who actually goes after you. Like, you might be driven by a different reason, but that's divine. It's catalytic energy. But ultimately, I think you're dodging a bullet here. Ending cycles of being at war with the reality. Especially if you don't understand why a reality is the way it is. I think Spirit's moving pieces on your behalf. I don't think you realize it with the Empress card on bottom. I don't think you realize what you're manifesting. Spirit's putting you in alignment, right? Chariot with the Emperor with that. Putting you in a position where you've got to hold tight where the wish is being fulfilled. With someone who's emotionally mature to close a certain cycle. You might be coming into alignment where someone is very masculine, because like if you're feeling very masculine in your own energy and you want to do and you want to create and you want to nurture, Cancerian Chariot energy, I think it's because that's the energetic vibration you should be putting out in order for it to return to you. But I think you're manifesting someone who is naturally nurturing, right? Naturally nurturing. I think there's a certain amount of accepting the Tower in, right? So that you can move to the next step, which is the resurrection of what is essentially the soul family, the true soul family. And that comes from your own inner union, right? Being able to listen and do as you're guided, what feels good to your inner child. I think you've got to be willing to take the journey and take the proper steps and effort and a leap of faith, even if it causes arguments with someone. Even if it causes arguments with someone, because an opportunity needs to be created and you can't be blind, feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to this soulmate that's aligned with your heart's truth. They're not confusing, they're clear. They see the beautiful light in all that you do. Mars and Aquarius might be helping you see how your own Mars placement might be a detriment to you, or how your own scorpionic energy has been veiled in some way, whether it's your positively aligned attributes in Scorpio that you've been hiding from, or if it's your negatively aligned scorpionic energy that's been detrimental. I feel like Spirit has a serious surprise for you. Empress energy, I don't even think you realize how beautiful it is, whatever it is you're going to receive. Definitely a soulmate from past lives that loves you dearly. I feel it literally brings back and resurrects a serious feeling of stability in the heart space and serious joy to move forward in that direction. I think you're in the spirit of aligning with masculine energy within yourself, but truly you are the feminine energy. You shouldn't have to go after it or chase it. It's something that naturally shows up for you. It shows up for you. Whether that's literally like physically showing up for you, or emotionally showing up for you, financially showing up for you, mentally showing up for you to support you, psychologically healing, like whatever it is, this person shows up for you. I can't help but feel like they're attempting to be physically present, which might be reflecting in your own energy. Trust and timing. Trust and timing, Aqua. Whatever energy you're aspiring and putting out is the energy meant to come back and reflect back to you. So if you're feeling like you need to do and chase, remember that your divine feminine energy is the underlying energy, and that you're meant to receive. And you're simply in this vibration because that's what you're manifesting right now. Okay? Take that how it resonates. All right, Pisces. Here we go. Pisces, Piscean energy. If you have strong or significant Piscean placements, right? Not just Pisces sun signs, but those with strong or significant Piscean placements and alignments. What is going on, Spirit, with Piscean energies? What is going on with Pisces, Piscean energies? This may be significant to the house in which Pisces rules for you. What is going on? What is going on? Pisces and Piscean energies. What is going on? Pisces, Piscean energies. We've got Jupiter, the Sun, and Neptune in Pisces right now, and Mercury. Two of Coins on the bottom. Six of Wands on top. All right, Pisces. Let me see what's going on under here. I feel like you yourself are in a mental victory or a spiritual victory, okay? I think that you've got a victory in trusting your heart space, okay? Right now. I do think if you do have someone in your life, a soulmate in your life, that it's allowing the truth to manifest, the desire of your heart to manifest. I think there's some really good alignment going on with this energy. Okay. Especially if you've partnered up in some which way, shape, or form with a fire sign. Or someone who has really strong or significant fire placements in their chart, right? I think the truth is being crowned. And to be completely fair, I think the reality is catching up to the ideal, right? Or that the ideal is making its way into the reality. I don't think that that's not going to come with its tests and trials, okay? It's not going to come without certain losses that aren't really losses, because anytime something is lost, it makes room for better. Anytime something is quote unquote lost, it's because something else needs to come in that's better aligned. I think in order for your ideal, because your energy is in alignment, right? Your energy is in alignment with the heart's desire, the truth, sacred soulmates. I think there's victory, right? There's wonderful positive cards here. So I think that the ideal coming in to match, right, from within, because I think ideally you're at where you should be within the self at this point. In order for the reality to become the ideal coming in, I think there's definitely something that puts certain people out of your life, out of your sphere. It's like out of your everyday. And it's alchemating, right? There's alchemy that needs to come in. You will probably have arguments with people who are confused. These are karmic contracts who feel like they're losing. They don't see the gain, right? They're too focused on the loss. Too focused on the loss of you. When really you're freeing up space for them to manifest the best too, for them to manifest their dream, for them to, you know, apologize to themselves for being a thief of their own energy and their woundings, right? You're coming in and communicating that, you know, if I stay or keep this around, it's self-betrayal. Like, you're worth more than crumbs from experience. You don't deserve to be energetically poor. You deserve to create magic. You deserve the dream manifest. You deserve the marriage of the self. You deserve the wheel of fortune, right? You deserve that transformation away from feeling like it's always black or white choices and needing to defend yourself. Needing to defend your reasons for things. Ultimately, I think your energy is in alignment. It's just a matter of taking what's not in alignment, or that would keep you from an aligned ideal reality with your ideal energetic vibration right now. It's a matter of getting the old vibratory energies out. Pisces. I think you're going to see things from a very different and beautiful perspective. I think you're going to end up being wildly inspired with what comes in when you let certain labels, energetic labels, go. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. I think you're about to manifest some really awesome shit. Like, I really do. I feel like fortune's going to take a serious fucking turn. And you're gonna be in a mastery of spirit type of reality. Where you actually feel like you're living in heaven on earth, you know what I mean? Instead of just feeling aligned to it, that it would actually come to you and manifest for you, right? So this wraps up the check-in. I will make sure all of the timestamps are in the description, in the comments, and everything like that. Once I am able, on my end of things, once I wrap up and I'm able to put those in. And I hope it serves you well. I hope you go back into my playlist, right? If you go into the playlist on the channel, there's one for every zodiac sign. The last video that was loaded in each of those was the forecasts, right? The 2022 forecast, where I did the month-by-month breakdowns. So if you want more insight into the different energies of your placements and your chart and things like that, see what's going on, you could definitely check those out. Thank you to everybody who dropped a thumbs up and everybody who subscribes and comments, and I love all that stuff. I greatly appreciate you and your support of me and my channel. I love you guys. My love and support is with you always. Remember, love each other, but most importantly, love yourselves. See you later, guys.